Hey, what's up you guys? So this is my yearly expectations / predictions video that I do. I did one of these in 2011 asking some questions that I wanted to get resolved for the Naruto manga. And I went back and watched that video, and a lot of the questions, well, the main questions that I wanted to get answered got answered throughout this year. So that was really cool. So I'm going to do the same thing, and I'm also going to do it for One Piece, because I remember a lot of One Piece fans back then, they wanted me to do the same thing with One Piece. I'm going to start with One Piece, because if I leave it till the end, and thanks to that video I posted about all we care about is Naruto and we don't give a fuck about anything else, I found out that a lot of you just don't give a shit. So what do I think about Doflamingo making his way to Punk Hazard via string? Well, I thought about it, and while doing so I asked myself these two questions. Do I see the Straw Hats losing to him after 2 years of training? No. Do I see him losing to the Straw Hats? No. I think he's going to be using his ability to manipulate one of the Straw Hats, or all of them, into fighting each other, physically, moving their arms and shit. Or he can take one as a hostage, or use one as bait, or something like that, and then take Caesar and just get the hell out of there. What other logias do you think are left that we haven't seen? We've seen, the standard: fire, ice, light, darkness, magma. So, and then Monet, who had the snow fruit, died, and I heard somebody say that they would want Nami to get her power. We haven't seen a rock logia, or a grass logia for that matter. There is this character in One Piece Film Z called Beans or something like that, and he can manipulate plants, but he's not a logia. So that'd be interesting. And another question I have for you, and I was actually discussing this with a friend: if one of the Straw Hats that didn't have a Devil Fruit ability were to get one, which Straw Hat do you think would be best if they got the Devil Fruit power? I think Nami getting a Devil Fruit power is more probable than any of the other ones. Why? Because, okay, first off, Sanji and Zoro, they don't need a Devil Fruit power. Like, that would be way too OP. Nor does Jinbei. And Frankie, Frankie I can kind of see, but not really. I mean, whatever. I mean, he's good either way. And Usopp, I do not see him getting a Devil Fruit, because his entire goal is just to be a brave warrior of the sea. So if he were to get an ability, it would kind of decrease the difficulty of his goal. And goals are supposed to be hard, because it builds character. Or something like that, I don't know. It'd be like, yeah, you are a brave and powerful warrior of the sea, Usopp. And it kind of helps that you have a body that can turn into fire. Lucky bastard. I also want more Robin panel time, because she knows a lot of stuff. She just doesn't say it. She keeps it to herself. But it's like, I want to know. Maybe not everything all at once, just little tidbits here and there. I mean, what was she doing with the revolutionaries all this time? And speaking of revolutionaries, a lot of people have a theory that Dragon is actually a wind logia, because each time he comes into play, there's a very, very nasty windstorm. One last thought I have is that if it's possible to create Zoan-type Devil Fruits artificially, could it also be possible to create artificial logia types and paramecias? Because just imagine, like, an army of Zoans, an army of logias, and an army of paramecias. Why the fuck not? Holy crap, I cannot wait for that finale. Now let's get into Naruto. Believe it or not, I actually seen some Narusaku fans saying that they're pretty much done with the series, or that they're going to drop the series if Naruhina is in fact canon. Look, listen, I find it hilarious that out of all the stuff they can be complaining about that genuinely doesn't make sense, they pick Naruto and Hinata being together to be like, that's kind of irrational. that goes against reason. I don't understand why Naruto and Hinata are together. It just doesn't make sense to me. But Obito getting crushed by a ton of boulders and surviving, that makes so much sense. Didn't Kishimoto at one point, I believe it was last year or something, like during an interview, he got asked about Sakura, and he's like, I kind of forgot about her. What I think is going to happen next chapter, or in upcoming chapters. Well, first of all, unless Kishimoto decides to pull a giant troll, I think the whole pairing thing is pretty much behind us. Set in stone. By the way, Hinata can't die. Why? Because if she dies, Neji's sacrifice was just utter bullshit writing. I'm not going to speculate who might die. I'm going to tell you who I think cannot die. At least not right now. Obvious one, Naruto. Sasuke, obvious one. Hinata, I just mentioned her. Lee can't die because Guy is there. And I'm pretty sure, I'm willing to bet my house that Guy would rather die than see Lee die. Guy can open the gates and maybe die protecting Lee, or aiming for one of the heads like Obito or Madara. Ino Chikacho, I think they're pretty safe. Shikamaru, hell no. I don't think he's dying. Choji just got some type of development, so for him to die, that would be kind of like, okay, what the fuck? And Ino just lost her dad. Speaking of which, did we see Chose's reaction to Shikaku and Inoichi's deaths? I don't think so, right? We should have gotten something. And the only way I see Sakura dying is if she sacrifices herself for either Naruto or Sasuke. Because there's foreshadowing for that, you know. When she was fighting Sasori, Chiyo told her, hey, next time you want to put your life on the line, do it for somebody you care about, somebody you love, instead of for an old hack like me. So there's that. I really do think that 2013 is at least going to be the start of Naruto versus Sasuke. At least. And, you know, when you see Sasuke arrive at the battlefield, like, you can just tell. Shit's gonna hit the fan. And not only that, but you can tell, like, okay, like, this is it. And eventually that'll carry us to the finale. Now, there are certain characters that need to be taken care of before that. I'm talking about Obito, Madara, and the Ten Tails. Out of the three, I think Obito's the easiest one to take down. And I don't see the Ten Tails or Madara going down unless Sasuke shows up with the scroll. That being said, if Sasuke does show up with the scroll, it's probably going to mean that Orochimaru is going to show up too. Which brings me to my next point, which is that out of the villains we have right now, I think Orochimaru is going to be the last one standing. Authors, most of the time, or a lot of them anyway, when the story hits its final stage, they try to sort of, you know, knit everything together and put elements of the beginning in the finale. So if we go back to part 1, we see that it ended with Naruto versus Sasuke, but the reason for the fight, the reason why it took place, was because Sasuke was going over to Michael Jackson's. Orochimaru was always the main villain of part 1, you know, without a doubt. He might get a power-up, you know, but no, I really do think it's going to go back to the start, so that we can remember what it used to feel like when he was main villain, and it's going to get resolved with a lot of epic fighting. You bet your ass we're going to get some epic fighting out of this. Thank you for watching. Next week, I'm going to do another review, believe it or not, of 615. But I'm going to do it in Spanish. Así que si hablan español, díganles a sus amigos que voy a hacer una reseña del 615 en español para ustedes. Y para que me vean, porque si no me van a ver, pues qué pendejada estoy haciendo. If you didn't understand what I just said, you're probably not going to understand the review. But, like, rest assured, it's just the review. It's just in Spanish. And I thought about doing this for a while, but, I mean, this is going to be the first time I'm going to do it. And I'm going to do it mainly because the humor is very different depending on what culture you're from. So if you see a video of me talking in another language, don't say I didn't warn you. That being said, Happy New Year. Wishing you all the best. Take care, guys. Bye.